And it says we're live.
Yeah, lies.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Apparently, Cedar is still bunkered up. Can't say I blame her.
Yeah.
So it's just me and Jim.
Yeah. What you see is what you get.
If you would like to keep the heat going,
yes,
train loads of coal would be nice. Donate here. Yeah, it's down to 15 again tonight. The hell, I moved to North Texas to get away from this shit. If you would like warm coffee or hot coffee or any coffee, King Harvest Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com. They've got several named after us. You should try them. Hot coffee is good right now. Trust me.
Two pots of geisha this morning. Yes.
Keeps people unstabulated.
Yeah.
Among the Leaves Tees for all your sassy t-shirt needs. tinyurl.com/Among the Leaves Tees.
And you can wear the t-shirt under
everything.
Yeah.
Use it for layering.
Yes. We contrary to the picture I put up, we got off light. There's just no way around it.
Ish. Could have been worse. Could have been much worse.
Could have been much worse. Temps got a little nasty. We did see a low of 4.
Airport. Last I saw airport chalked a brief dip in a -3.
Yeah, well, that's the airport.
It's airport.
Airports tend to get 2 to 3 degrees colder than everybody else.
Yeah.
We lucked out. We got about a quarter to a half inch of ice and about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches of snow.
We need moisture. I'll say that. But however, damn cold.
Yeah.
What's worrying me is the last 3 to 5 years, we keep setting new low records during the winter.
Yeah.
That worries me a bit. I remember we had a record low of 19, then next year a record low of 12, and then this year's record low of 4.
Yeah. Oh, Tiffany, that just truly sucks. 4 inches of sleet on top of ice.
We never lost power. Crossing the fingers. All of our pipes are good.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom, you must have felt like you were back at home.
Yeah, right. I will note, Texas continues a tradition of every year, Tex Talk goes, the hell's this white stuff?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a clue what to do about the white stuff.
Yeah, and some people got nice soaking rain differs.
That's been nice.
Yeah, we got
cold
and low humidity, like 20% are lower. So it's just been ugly. The streets in the little local town went unplowed.
Everywhere's unplowed,
yeah.
As I can tell.
Yeah.
US 287 is plowed. And God bless TxDOT's heart. Once they figured out it wasn't Colombian snow, they actually tried to do something about it. They didn't do it. They didn't do a very good job, but the heart was there. The city of Wichita Falls, CIO Park, not so much.
Yeah. Well, considering that neither one of them has anything to clean the snow off with.
Well,
I mean, they could have broke out the road grader again this year, but they didn't, thankfully.
Thank God. But county road crews do. I know. I've seen them.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of things to talk about.
And here we go.
Thank God Cedar's not here because I'm going to get salty. I made the mistake of discussing Iran on my blog. Dumb.
Here we go.
Dumb. The first thing I'd like to point out is, Frank, get your cousin snubbed off. Whole bunch of folks in Georgetown are passing on my blog like it's a hooker at a Tijuana donkey party. Second thing, all the Karens, they're lighting me up about, oh my God, I can't believe you're suggesting they murdered 20,000 people. You got me all wrong. I'm not suggesting that. First off, it ain't murder. Second, I think closer to 30,000 is the number we're looking for. So do me some kindness. I don't know what the hell. I know for a fact that Washington the powers that be have dedicated Iranian people, not some busted up guy in North Texas. Stay off my blog. You're ruining my stats.
Alan, glad to hear you're in a rehab facility, and no, you don't need to be outside in this shit.
Nope.
Tennessee and northern Mississippi got flat fucking hammered.
He got plowed.
Yeah, plowed. Well, the problem is they're not getting plowed either because they have no equipment. The other thing about Iran is the mullahs are now sending out death squads.
Well, they have been for the get-go. We just didn't hear about it.
Well, now we're hearing about it.
Yes, the Ansari Hezbollah.
Yeah.
That's the complete, and that's why they exist.
Yeah.
Is death squads.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is it's now getting out because of Musk.
Yeah.
And Starlink.
For being a tin-pot dictator, Musk sure sucks at it.
Yeah. The other thing is this whole cluster up in Minnesota.
Oh, God.
It is the point, my opinion, where it is an insurrection. On my blog and my Substack today, I did post a commentary from a warrant officer,
Yeah,
SEAL, who's been there and seen it. The best thing that could happen is one of two things. Either the administration goes in and handles the problem once and for all, or we trade Minnesota to Canada for Alberta and give those that Americans in Minnesota that want it 90 days to get out. Because Waltz et al.
Apparently
love the CCP.
Waltz is finally sending in the state police.
Yeah.
Finally.
A little bit late.
Yeah, they're making arrests.
Yeah. They are beyond late. Let's just be honest. Yeah, Dan, throw Chicago in. Yeah.
No kidding.
Take Alberta and first draft pick of Saskatchewan. Yeah. Greg, I don't disagree with you. I think that there are a number of interesting people that data Republicans is bringing to light. Yes, it's a very good possibility that the lieutenant governor was in fact part of that signal chat.
Oh, it's last I heard, it's been confirmed that she was not only part of it, she was organizing it.
Yeah. I don't think she was necessarily organizing it. I definitely think she participated.
What I saw was she was organizing.
Yeah. In that case, arrest her ass, try her, send her to prison. Along with the rest of the money people.
That's when you start yanking. Ooh, data Republican is being tracking down money people.
Oh yeah. That's what we need.
That autistic little darling. Holy gods.
Yeah.
Boy, she gets weaponized autism right there. Woo!
Yep.
Glad she's on our side.
If Canada will take New York City, we might could take Utah, Yukon, and Manitoba too. Yeah. West Coast, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. Of course, the Mexicans would probably fight you for California, since they basically own it anyway.
My big thing from the get-go is these the watermelons up in Minneapolis are just throwing a ringtail fit because of the unprecedented ice surge. Thing is, we've had bigger surges in Houston and Memphis.
Yeah, and New Orleans.
And New Orleans?
Yeah.
I knew that the ice surges in Houston and Memphis were bigger than Minneapolis.
Yep.
Guess what?
No problems.
Nobody got shot.
Yeah.
Amazing how that works out.
Yeah. I did go back and look at a couple of different videos of the shooting of the individual. And sadly, it appears that in fact it was an ND or an AD, negligent or an accidental discharge, on the part of the ICE agent who pulled the gun away. You can actually see,
Oh, I'm just they're border patrol, not ICE.
or Border Patrol.
Which shocks me. Border patrol is usually better at weapons
Yeah.
handling.
And it was a SIG. I don't know.
Big 320 Axis.
I don't know that they have a reputation for going off on their own.
It's from the 320 lines.
Yeah.
And any 320 problems it's going to have them.
But you could see that as he pulled away and went to move away with the gun,
It went off.
it went off.
That'll do it.
Now, what you saw next was what's called a response shooting. And sadly, that does happen. It happens.
Happens a lot in high stress situations.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it didn't.
Well, it not only happens there, it happens at firing ranges when people are just shooting targets. If you've ever been to a firing range and shot at targets, and you hear somebody shoot next to you,
Startle response, bang.
your tendency is to shoot the same time or just after they do. It's a startle response. And sadly, it cost him his life. However, having said that, if he hadn't been a dumbass and fought him in the first place, or had he not even been there, which would have been the smart thing to do, his ass would still be alive.
Man did not, don't get me wrong, man did not need to die.
No.
He didn't. That wasn't necessary for him to die. And I will guarantee you, Border Patrol didn't want him to die. But because he was ate up with a dumbass.
Yep.
I'm not saying that you can't wear a gun at a riot. I've done it.
Yeah.
If I actually have to be at a riot, I will have a gun. However, when you get there and you're armed, I've been in a post office in uniform with a gun, in a plainclothes polo shirt and jeans with a gun and a sheriff's office embroidery, and had the postal inspectors come out because I was armed on federal property. You know what I did? What do you want me to do?
Yep. Do stupid things and you pay the price. Yes, and he did.
Yeah.
Sadly unneeded, but he paid the price.
He went to a stupid place with stupid people and did a stupid thing. I'm sorry. He didn't need to die, but he's got to own.
Yeah.
He's got to own a big bite of that shit sandwich.
Yep. And the even worse problem is that, just like with good, we're seeing a narrative on the left that plays them off as being quote unquote innocent people. My dying ass. Neither one of them were innocent. They were both there on purpose, doing what they were doing and committing felonies.
Interfering with the duties of federal agents is still a felony here at last I checked.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but Waltz and the rest of them bear a whole bunch of responsibility for this because it's their words that stirred up the morons.
Yep. And if Flanagan was in fact orchestrating the signal, then the potential exists for her to be an accessory after the fact.
Good.
To murder.
Good. Yeah, like I said, he didn't need to die. He didn't. It was not necessary for him to die. I'll guarantee you Border Patrol didn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
But
Greg, that's an excellent point. USC 18, section 111. Yep. He committed a felony as soon as he made contact with a federal law enforcement officer.
Like I said,
no way around it.
Like I said, as soon as I saw the federal agents that are postal inspectors coming at me with a cover and concealment profile or a cover and contact profile, I went, what do we need to do? Then they saw the badge. Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah.
No problem. We're good?
Yeah. Yeah, the interesting thing is it has knocked all the Somali fraud off the front pages.
No kidding.
And the back pages and all the pages.
Side pages and everything else.
Yeah. The more interesting one this morning was the idiot and anesthesiologist from VCU.
God.
Yeah, I know that look. That's the look I kind of gave the computer this morning. Like, what? What am I fucking reading here? She went on and on her TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TikTok.
TikTok. About how to basically murder ICE agents by hitting them with a paralyzing agent, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I can't pronounce it. The only problem is that paralyzing agent is only used in the operating theaters where a person can be immediately intubated.
And also, it's based on weight.
Yeah.
If you give too much for the weight, oopsie.
Well, if you give it to somebody and you cannot intubate them, they're dead anyway.
Because it paralyzes the breathing.
Yeah.
But somebody needs to take these idiot medical professionals out and tell them, listen to me. If you're on social media making threats, veiled or otherwise, against a part of the population, if a member of that of the population dies and you're anywhere within spitting distance, we're going to lose the lawsuit.
Yes, Kermit, that was
Knock that shit off.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that shit.
Yeah.
But that was it. The other thing is she was also talking about poisoning agents on dates.
Yeah.
Needless to say, she was immediately let go from VCU. I don't know if Duke has let her go, but probably has.
Last I heard, they had her suspended pending investigation.
Yeah.
But everybody is Facebook is all up in arms because she's just suspended. This is the process.
Yeah.
Patience.
Let the process work. This is not the time you need an immediate reaction.
That's what gets pretty goods killed.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick, that's probably what will happen, but it will take time because you have to
go through the paper, do
the paperwork, do the investigation.
Due process is a thing.
Yeah.
It's not the time to be jumping over due process. No, but there needs to be something they sign saying, listen to me. If you work here and you say dumb shit on social media about how you're not going to give anesthesia to MAGA, or you're going to paralyze federal agents, and a federal agent comes in and dies in the same wing of the hospital as you, we're going to lose a lawsuit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Rick. Due process is a thing for us. The left is reacting to the feels.
They always do.
And they always do. They always have.
Yeah.
And now the Dems are talking about shutting down the government.
Oh, no.
Yeah, again. And
Where Fox?
They want to do a 25th Amendment on Trump. Why? It's not going to fly.
You couldn't get Biden 25th. Shut the hell up. Because when you read a certain document, it's a very important document, and you'd think that Congress critters would have to know this document backwards, forwards, and upside down. However, if you read this purported document, the 25th Amendment has to be what? Started by the Vice President. Not Congress.
Yep.
The Vice President. Vice President is the one that initiates the 25th Amendment. It's Vance.
Yeah.
Do you really want Vance taking over? Dumbasses.
Yeah, the other good one today was the one that grabbed the flashbang and it went off in her hand.
That's the flashbangs?
Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Speaking about the stupid rule, all right, going to a riot is going to stupid places.
Yeah.
Hanging around rioters is hanging out with stupid people.
Yeah.
Dick dancing with any sort of deployed munitions, especially if you didn't deploy them,
is even worse.
is the dictionary definition of you're a fucking moron.
Yeah. Yeah, Jedi. She's now literally a leftist. Actually, I think she grabbed it in her left hand. And it didn't blow her hand off.
Oh, they don't. They will remove a finger or two, but
Yeah.
it's not going to. Flashbangs don't have that much oomph to them.
But I couldn't help but laugh at the response. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know.
Ah, medic!
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah, all right, we're going to 25th Amendment. No, you're not going to. Vance will have to initiate that. And if the 25th Amendment succeeds, Vance becomes president. You fucking morons.
And he will make Trump look nice.
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
Why just put the hand down in the snow? It hurt too bad.
Yeah. Flashbangs, just like grenades, are not your friend.
They're a grenade.
Timers are iffy at best.
And flashbangs have very short timers.
Yeah. Usually like less than a second. Maybe it's maybe 2.
I think, if I remember right, the distraction devices we use weren't all that good, by the way. Was a 2.5 to 3 second.
Oh, that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not very long when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. VPS initiate 25th Amendment situation.
Quack bangs. Yeah.
We need to know. You all don't get to.
Yeah.
Read the Constitution. Yeah.
Well, that would assume they would
Capable of reading.
Capable of reading, A, and B, actually did bother to read the document.
Oh. And I don't know if y'all read my blog today. Apparently a whole bunch of people in Virginia did.
It was good.
However, everybody that says that they don't, Iran is not our business, take a quick look at Minnesota and you know why we're hip deep in Somalis?
Yeah.
It's because Iran has been funding the civil war in Somalia that makes it a temporary protected status, a refugee. If we get rid of them, then the Somali government can do what African governments do, some constructive atrocities, get things back down to a low simmer, and the Somalis don't have protected status anymore.
Yes, Tom, Mark 19s can be used for crowd control once.
They're great for warning shots.
Yeah. Just like practice depth charges can be used for certain kinds of control once.
Apparently,
still can't figure out how that motherfucker got that thing to go off.
I got a question. How the hell are they going to deal with Iranian mini subs? Because apparently they run their entire fleet of 2, allegedly 20, but if they're Iranian, they're mini subs. How did the U.S. Navy deal with mini subs?
There are ways.
Okay, because I think I'm not sure, but I think the torpedoes are bigger than mini subs are.
They're a little bit smaller.
Okay.
21-inch torps. There are ways. Personally, one Mark 48 ad cap at a time. I wouldn't necessarily
That's a lot of bang for a mini sub.
Yeah. There are other ways to do it.
Call it Coast Guard.
Brings back memories of working with the Koreans.
Grenades. Plunk.
When we did a joint op with them back in the late 70s. And we had a U.S. boat come up to play Op 4. We were flying out of Busan. And the weather was absolutely dog shit that night. I mean, half the crew was puking, the other half was thinking about it.
They're swapping back and forth.
Yeah. And we got a pattern in the water and got the grayling and something else. And it was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, Rick. South Koreans have a policy.
They've got many.
Huh?
They've got many.
Well, the one that we were worried about is their policy is if they know it's not theirs, they're going to sink it, and then they'll worry about what it was.
Ooh.
So we had to very gracefully lose contact and send down word to Grayling to disappear. We figured it was probably a mini sub that wandered into the area, because as soon as we put an active buoy in, well away from them, they hauled ass.
Smart.
And the South Koreans, thank God, did not pick them up. If they had, they would have sunk whatever it was. Yeah, mini subs are either really slow or limited range. Yeah, Rick, they're getting a little bit better. But yeah, anything that looks for acoustics, we'll definitely send them to Allah or their deity of choice.
I got no issues. I really don't.
Some of them have a limited torpedo capability. One, pretty much one torpedo that we know of.
The naval part's not mine. Just that apparently, allegedly, and this is Iran, this is the mullahs, so allegedly, they're fairly advanced mini subs. I doubt that they're that advanced.
Well, they came from North Korea, so
one of the things I keep getting asked, because after I got stupid enough to do those Iran posts, was what's my end game? I don't have one. I'm retired. I'm a publisher. I don't have an end game. But the mullahs need to be gone. The mullahs have got to go. All of them.
Yeah.
Broken and gone. IRGC needs to be destroyed. And I mean that literally. The IRGC is the largest military industrial complex you'll ever see. And it has tremendous political and social power. And if any part of it is allowed to survive, it's a cancer. It will metastasize and destroy any attempt on a secular Iran. The IRGC needs to go away. How that happens, I don't care. I would prefer that the Iranian people feel some sort of gratitude towards the U.S. But I just want the mullahs gone. I just want the mullahs gone. I don't think people, and this drives me nuts, is the average American doesn't have a clue how much the world will change if the mullahs get dethroned.
Yeah.
The world is going to, the day after the last one flops into a 6-foot hole, the world is going to be a whole different place.
Yep.
The only reason the Palestinians can be a pain in the ass is Iranian money.
Yep.
The only reason Lebanon is on fire is Iranian money. The Houthis, everybody in the Trans-Sahel, Syria is because of Iranian money and Iranian weapons. And if the mullahs die, the tap gets turned off, they can't survive.
That also applies to Russia.
And Russia's going to take it in the ass.
Yeah.
Pooty Poot's going to have a really bad I think that's why he didn't allow some of the mullahs to flee, because Pooty Poot knows that if your leaders flee a country, the revolution is won. And if the revolution wins, he knows that he doesn't get his weapons anymore or his Iranian oil. So it's like, you motherfucker, stay there and fix this or die. Because after 79, Iran got real close with the Russians. So their weapons factories, and Iran has huge weapons factories, are all based on the Russian models.
All run by the IRGC.
All run by the IRGC. The Katyushka, the Katy rockets that Hamas Hezbollah keep firing into Israel, provided by Iran. They're Katyushkas.
Yeah.
All you have to do is hand them over to the Russians, and they fit in Russian launchers. The Shahed suicide drones the Russians are using. Shahed, they're Iranian.
Yep. Yeah, the question, actually, two comments out of the chat. Actually, they don't want F-14s.
They'd probably sell what they've got, though.
They have, that's one of the reasons that the F-14 basically got real short on spare parts, is they did not want those spare parts going to Iran. Now, ironically, Iran is the only one that has ever fired the Phoenix missile in combat. And they've done multiple times, and they did shoot down other aircraft with it.
Did they?
Yes.
Wow.
Little known fact. Tom, I don't necessarily disagree with you either. I don't know that I'd send 3rd Marine. There may not be enough left to send the 3rd Marine.
That's okay.
I would not put boots on the ground.
A thing given by strangers is never as treasured as a thing you've earned yourself. Freedom that you earned through your blood, sweat, and tears will always be treasured more than freedom that somebody else gives you.
Yep.
I would prefer that the Iranian people get the job done. I think we should help if Khomeini should happen to trip over a grenade and blow himself to kingdom come with U.S. markings on it, that'd be great. A little help, so they'll be grateful, but they need to win this. That way they'll treasure it more. If we hand it to them, why do we need this? If they have to earn to die for it, they'll treasure it more.
And they are dying for it in droves. No, Raptor, you don't want to buy an F-14. Trust me, you don't have the spare parts for it.
How do you smuggle weapons in Iran? Very easily.
Yeah.
Or
smuggling,
so I hear.
Smuggling is so friggin' easy, folks.
So I hear. What?
Never mind.
Friends,
that's a discussion for another time.
Tell your friends at Langley to bugger off and quit passing my blog around.
Yeah. They may have one flyable F-14 left, maybe.
Apparently, they traded a whole bunch of the Soviet 5th gen fighters for fuel and weapons.
Yeah.
That should be fun. The F-22 may get to eat after all.
Well, they still have P-3 sitting on the ramp at Bandar Abbas. They're not flyable, from what I've been told, but they are there. Well, if I get... can we start a GoFundMe or something to arm the Persians?
Don't make me dig out my Maltese passport.
Yeah.
Let the kid eat. Let the kid eat.
Yeah.
They get a chance. Apparently, the 5th gen bullshit fighter from the Russians, they apparently sent quite a few to Iran.
Yeah.
As trade for oil and weapons.
Yeah.
Because they don't have money anymore.
Yeah. And the oil is now trickling instead of flowing.
No, poor Nichols.
Yeah.
Apparently,
that's one that apparently the left has missed.
Oh.
Is Trump got another tanker?
That makes what, 7?
Yeah.
Apparently, Pooty Poot. There's a joke that if you get that joke, you're my kind of people. That's a joke. Anyway, Pooty Poot is apparently decided to follow his buddy Winnie the Pooh and start performing a purge of his upper echelon.
Yeah, yeah.
Got I think an admiral and a general. I'm sure the Russian sudden onset cardiac syndrome was not going to touch either one of them.
Yeah. However, they may get a fall out of a window.
Deceleration trauma, and condo-inspired deceleration trauma. Yeah, Z did it. Winnie the Pooh did it first, and apparently Pooty Poot's doing it now. Or what I hear from the back channels is he's He's firing one of his his army generals in Ukraine, and the Black Sea admiral.
Yeah.
That couldn't stop the Ukrainians from.
Well,
the Ukrainian doesn't have a navy, and now it's the largest navy in the Black Sea.
Well, and now they're wanting the Iranians to pay for the sinking of the Moskva, which I find interesting. Yeah. Speaking of China, one of the interesting things about China, and I've talked about this a few times before, population. Yes, population is dramatically decreased. The reason being, China had the one male child for about a generation.
Well, they had one child, not realizing that some cultural mores hold on. So the families were aborting. If you only have one child, they were aborting any female children and trying again, which means you've got a 99.9% male.
Yep, in that generation. They don't have enough women. So they were going to Mongolia, to Korea, importing women, stealing women in a lot of cases. South Korea, Hong Kong especially, Singapore to a certain extent. Well, now that that's been cut off, there was a report that came out 2 days ago that I saw that said the Chinese birth rate is now under 1 per family.
Oh,
it takes 2.1 children per family to maintain a 0 growth rate. If they're under 1 per family, and the speculation was that it was about a 0.7 per family, that
total population collapse.
It is literally a total population collapse, because it will be very simple for the Chinese to drop from over 1 billion to 300 to 400 million in less than 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because one, their population is aging. 2, they do not have enough people coming into the workforce to support what already exists. 3, they are betting on AI to make up the difference. It's not going to happen.
Well, not only that, but remembering that you lose population in cohorts, you lose population in generations. And so you're looking at losing an entire generation in X number of years. That generation will go away. And when the current generation starts cratering, that's it for China.
Yeah. Rick, you're on the money. 1 son now has to support 4 grandparents.
Anyway, also, when it comes to Winnie the Pooh, has everybody noticed, or has anybody heard about the redeployment of military units to Peking or Beijing?
Beijing, yeah.
In a scenario remarkably similar to having to put down the Tiananmen Square riots. So old Winnie has pooched his senior officers, and now has moved a whole bunch of units, which looks like riot control.
Yeah. Yes, Kermit, there are literally cities in China that are essentially empty. A lot of those buildings are being destroyed to cover up the losses. The Chinese, from what I'm hearing, the Chinese real estate market is in free fall, because there is so much spare housing and nobody has the money right now to pay for it.
I have this mental image. after action report that Winnie the Pooh got from Venezuela.
Yeah.
About how we shut down air defense.
Yeah.
And he slowly turned and looked at Three Gorges Dam and all the air defense, the Timu air defense. And I'll bet you couldn't have pounded a 16-penny nail up his ass with a 5-pound sledgehammer.
Well, considering the Taiwanese have been flying in and out of China for now almost 70 years without much problem. Funny story that I'll relate and that I heard from the guy that it happened to. This was back in the P2V days, so in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. He had come off a tour in a P2V squadron, was up for orders, got invited to go to DC to talk to him about orders. So he went up there and he was asked if he wanted to volunteer for foreign orders. And it would be basically off the books. Duty not involving flying. But he would be flying. And he went, yeah, can I take my wife? And I went, oh, yes, you can take your wife. So he volunteered. He ended up flying with a squadron out of Taipei.
Yeah.
At night, flying P2Vs and other things into China in an intelligence role. So he does that for 2 years. He never got shot down, survived it. He comes back to the States. He had made lieutenant commander in the meantime. They told him, you can never admit what you did. He goes, okay, fine. 30 years. So he goes back to a squadron as a department head. Well, he had to requalify in the airplane. And at the time, they were flying P2Vs out of Alameda, California. And he had progressed through the training to the point that he needed to check ride. So he goes through about 3 or 4 different airplanes one day trying to get this check ride up. Well, it's starting to get dark. They finally get him an airplane that's up. He's flying with the skipper. The skipper is pissed, goes, screw it, we're going to do this damn check ride. Well, by the time they get ready to take off, it's dark. He's tired. He said, I was not thinking about what I was doing. He
That's
said,
always been my excuse.
He said, we took off and I immediately dipped down to 50 feet and went under the Golden Gate Bridge. And he said, I realized what I was doing. He said, I looked over at the CO in the right seat. The CO looked at him and went, you've done this before. This check ride is over. So he goes on to his department head tour. Then they come up with another set of orders because he's due to get an XO of the squadron. And he gets invited to go back to DC again for another P2V7 squadron. So he goes in to interview, and it's the same people he interviewed with before. He said he walked in the door, they looked at him and went, oh, fuck no, get out of here. You're going. What the second interview was for VO67, which was our trim asset armored P2Vs that were flying over the trail in Laos. Yeah, Richard, no comment. But yeah, so the Taiwanese know they probably have tracks laid down including where to actually place the weapons. And they won't have to be big ones to take out Three Gorges.
New.
They won't have to go
The
nuclear.
thing is Three Gorges, if Three Gorges goes within 5 years, China's population will be 7 figures.
Well, if Three Gorges goes, that wipes out China's manufacturing, period.
Manufacturing and agricultural.
Yeah.
Yes, Jedi Raptor, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the PLA is mobilizing to a point, but it's only specific organizations in a PLA.
The PLA mobilization strongly resembles the same mobilization when control the Tiananmen Square riots.
Yeah. Yeah, Starship's getting ready to go up again.
Oh, I do have one quick thing.
Barnes Wallace did it 80 years ago.
Yep.
Yes.
Anyway, quick business thing. Last week, we asked y'all to go to X between 0800 and 0830 hours and like and comment on the Ractor Press post.
I'm trying.
I know. A lot of y'all did, and holy gods, did it change a lot of stuff.
Good.
I think it's something like 4,000 or 6,000 extra. You'd have to ask Jonna. So we're going to try it again to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Wednesday, that's tomorrow, between 0800 hours and 0830 hours on our X Twitter feed, on the Ractor Press X Twitter feed, need y'all to like and comment on the post that pops up at 0800 hours Central Time. See if we can we want to see if make sure it wasn't a fluke, because we got a lot of engagement. So we're going to try it again. So tomorrow, 8 in the morning Central Time, need you to go to X, Ractor Press page on X, like and drop a comment. Okay? Appreciate it.
Yes, Alan. Three Gorges may go on its own.
No kidding.
That great new bridge that they built didn't even get open before it collapsed. The earthquake over there sent an entire mountainside down on the bridge approach and broke it. Yes, Rick, you are correct. And Steve, the design payload for Starship is large. If it enters uncontrolled, yeah, we got a problem.
He's hinting that they need to aim it at Three Gorges.
Yeah. I wouldn't even bother doing that.
Honest to God, I think one E4 and the side door of a Huey and a spit one,
yeah,
probably take out Three Gorges.
Hey, Cedar. But we noticed you're not here. Your liquid refreshment is in the refrigerator.
But yeah, so if y'all could, 8 o'clock Central Time tomorrow, first 30 minutes, between 8 o'clock and 8:30, like it and drop a comment. Ian sent me or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, Dan, that is true. Some of the books on Amazon show up under Rack Press when you first search it. But when you search directly by the book title, it says the publisher's independent.
Yeah, I know. It's Amazon's.
Yeah.
Is an R word that's apparently coming back in style. I didn't realize a retard had gone out of style. But apparently it's coming back. A whole bunch of Karens are pissed off about it.
Yeah, paperback is tied to Amazon ISBN, and the ebook is tied to Racketeer Press. That is correct.
A pain in my ass.
It may be time to look at buying some ISBNs yourself.
Already did. Already done.
Yeah.
Already done.
ISBN prices, by the way, have come down significantly.
Damn.
It used to be about $1,000 to get any ISBNs. I think that was for 50 or 100 of them. Now it's down quite a bit less.
I know that we're buying a block.
As Cedar says, Rack Press is currently moving to their own. Yeah. That has a number of options. One is, yeah, it's either you can get 100 or 575. Y'all may need 575. I got 100. Figure that'll last me my lifetime anyway.
The way we're publishing, I don't know that 100 will last.
Rick, ISBNs are a book code that you see on the back of the book. And basically, and I can't remember what it stands for, but basically that is what associates you either with a particular publisher or with,
Allows the book to be tracked, basically.
yeah, basically allows tracking. A lot of people will not buy, especially libraries, will not buy books from Amazon. A lot of the Barnes and Noble, people like that, will not buy books from Amazon.
Our brilliant Cedar is handling that.
Yeah.
So among her multiple duties,
Yeah.
she's handling getting our books into libraries.
International Standard Book Number. Thank you. I couldn't come up with it off the top of my head.
I'm too busy trying to fumigate my blog for glowies.
And Wally says you got a manuscript coming.
Huh? Yay? Oh, Wally's manuscript.
Yeah.
Woo! Good. Good.
Yeah. What's fun is when the UPC picks up the ISBN. Yeah. Yeah, Richard, that could screw things up. That could be expensive depending on what was in the system. Either that or you would get the realistic pricing on the book rather than what the marked up or marked down price was.
So let's see here. What have we covered? We didn't say anything about food. We've covered the weather.
I'm tired of cooking for myself.
My dumbass writing about Iran.
Yeah.
Frank telling his buddies about it. You need to stop that shit, Frank. Seriously. Yeah. I'm not getting paid. Y'all get paid for this. Do your own thinking. We've talked about
yes,
Iran.
sir. It's a book with your own information, just in a different medium. Yeah, I'm tired of cooking for myself. I actually had to run out yesterday and get eggs because I ran out of eggs.
Oh, noes.
But the restaurants, some of them are open, some of them aren't, depending on how industrious, crazy,
insane
the wait staff and management are.
Yeah, this weekend I work Saturday through Wednesday. So my happy butt was headed into work on 287 pre-dawn in the middle of the snowstorm or the sleet storm, and then Sunday in the middle of the snowstorm, and then Monday after TxDOT had polished everything to a high sheen, and then today when the morons were out.
And he was commenting on it at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Bullseye Cosmic Road Report.
Which woke my happy ass up.
I have to be up. Everybody's got to be up.
There going,
make it everybody's
I don't
problem.
fucking care.
Make it everybody's problem.
And it went on post after post after post after post.
I was. There was one schmuck. I'm on Kansas plate. I am on a throughway from a Texas highway to where I work. I'm on Taft, little 2-lane road, and this schmuck in a Kansas City SUV or a Kansas plated SUV, the ass in fishtails. So he stopped. Brakes came on and he stopped. Then I guess he sat there and pulled the seat out of his butt because about a couple minutes later, he very slowly takes off. I in my 4-cylinder Corolla. Behind him, touch accelerator. Zzz.
That's when you take traction control off.
Well, so I had to RD until it finally, and when I did that, every friggin' warning symbol on my dashboard lit up.
Yeah.
And it was hours before the friggin' warning labels would come off. It was really annoying.
Yes, today was Todd Caldwell's cardiac surgery. Had quadruple bypass. We don't know anything either.
No.
Just praying that he came through it okay. That does explain why he was looking awful tired.
It explains a lot.
Yeah.
Apparently, he went in and they were doing a routine check and went, holy shit.
Yeah.
ICU.
Yeah. He went directly to ICU and was immediately scheduled. He was supposed to have the surgery on Monday, yesterday, but the surgeons and doctors could not get there, so it was postponed until today.
I can make it. The doctors can't. Funny that. Kelly it has one leg 2 inches longer than the other.
Yeah. Kelly is now trying to figure out, yeah, Greg, it's going to have an impact on FinCon. Don't know how much.
This close FinCon, it cannot not have an impact. Kelly got one knee replaced, and that leg is now 2 inches longer than the other one.
Yeah, so he's trying to figure out how to get an insert or a modified shoe to get the left leg up the same length as the right leg so he can walk.
Yeah, and so he doesn't tear up his hips.
Yeah, he's walking in circles right now.
And then I think March or April, he's scheduled to have the other one replaced, so his legs will be the same length. He won't be as, for those of you who've seen Kelly in the paint, he's awfully bow-legged. Apparently not anymore.
Call a farrier.
No kidding, right? Kelly needs one platform shoe.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. There's a friend of mine who was the character for Aaron in my Gray Man series, who lost a lower part of his leg in Afghanistan. He said there is actually a group within the military of prosthetics users who match by size of shoe that have a right leg and a left leg missing.
Oh God.
So they team them together,
of course,
to get a pair of shoes that they can both agree on, and then one of them gets each shoe.
It's the military, of course.
It's the military, yeah.
Scatological comments about Texas author. What? Said Google Law Dog, almost scatological comments about Texas author. What the hell?
I don't know.
The swearing I've been doing about various intelligence folks that they will show him. Click.
Get Kelly a hump and call him Eeyore.
Yeah. Eeyore. Your son's lopsided. We've known that for a while, Peter.
Actually, that was one of the things coming out of my back surgery that, and going back into PT that they found with me, is that the stressors I was carrying, I was oriented about 10 degrees to the left, and my right leg was about an inch shorter than my left because of the compensation for the sciatic nerve problems. So she's been trying to get me straightened back out, which is painful, to put it mildly.
That's part of the what I'm having to deal with right now is so many years of compensating for this bad hip.
Yeah.
Really, apparently throwing a hitch in my gait.
Yeah. Yes, I believe you're correct on Galloway. I did have one high school friend, Jackie Dorsey. They traced their bloodline back, and his great-great-great-grandparents, he was related to both John Wilkes Booth and Abraham Lincoln.
Awkward.
In the same family line.
Awkward.
Yeah. And apparently only one generation out from
family reunions must have been spicy.
Yeah, back in the day, yes. Rafter, we all suffer from that. Yeah, Kermit, they're not going to get me straightened out. But the interesting thing is she's making progress for what that's worth. But trying to get the muscles built back up in the back and get the arm strength back is the next thing on the plate.
Now, apparently,
family trees do get kind of narrow depending on how far you go back.
did I tell you that the doctor insulted my intelligence?
Yeah.
Well, after I went back and it seemed that everything they did actually seemed to have worked, he's told me in tones that were definitely not "you moron" subtext that when my hip hurt, it was my body telling me to use a cane.
Yeah.
Then he called in the nurse to show me how to use the cane. I said, "Doc, I know." And he looked at me and had the nurse do it anyway.
Of course.
I think I've been insulted.
Yeah, Tom, you forgot to add one thing to that. Tall, pale, tall people, big people called Vikings.
Rita and I were talking about how both her ancestors are from Scotland, my ancestors from Hebrides, which islands off Scotland. Big mixture of Picts, Gaels, and Norse.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're pale, you probably went through the Hebrides at one time or another. This sort of weather should have been what our ancestors loved. I was born and raised in the tropics. This sort of weather sucks.
Yeah.
Your boy is a very large mammal.
Yeah.
And if you bring him down here again, I'm willing to bet I get him hooked up with a little Mexican girl.
Yeah.
Just drag him through the downtown market like a bag of chips.
Yeah, I'd love to do that with Larry's boy.
Oh, no
or
kidding.
both of them together. That would be fun.
Yeah, but Tom's is blonde.
Yeah.
And those Chiquitas do love themselves a blonde guy.
Yeah. And on that note, folks, we're going to call it a day because we've wasted an hour of your time, and I want to get home before it freezes again.
Of course, Mrs. Tom was liable to shank me for that particular sentiment, but live dangerously. What the hell? Add spice to your life.
Oh, yeah, she would shank you in a heartbeat just for general principles.
Uh-huh.
And then shank me next.
Uh-huh.
Well, folks, if you're warm, stay warm.
Yeah. If
Don't get out and do
if you're
anything.
not warm, try to get warm.
Yeah. Don't get out and do anything stupid. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
The snow will melt. I'm not out there shoveling for a reason. I'm 74 years old. Not worth it. So remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. And we'll try this again on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Ish.
Yeah. Ish.